There are two distinct places in the world where prosperity and abundance can be found. In order to thrive in these places, you need the power to attain wealth. As stated in Deuteronomy 8:18, for Christians, their place of prosperity and abundance is located in the heavenly realms, as mentioned in Ephesians 1:3. On the other hand, non-Christians find their prosperity and abundance in the dark places below the earth, where Satan rules, as described in Psalm 74:20-21. These are the ungodly individuals who prosper in this world, as outlined in Psalm 73:3-28. The reason why those who remain in earthly places cannot prosper is because the earthly realm is a battlefield. As the Great Tribulation sets in, the earthly places will become vacant. People will either transition to the heavenly realms or to the dark places of the earth to seek prosperity. The emphasis here is that the hope of glory lies in having Christ reside within you, as stated in Colossians 1:27. Until you change your old ways, you will never experience the prosperity that God offers, regardless of your efforts such as giving tithes and offerings, praying for the advancement of God's kingdom, and winning souls for Christ. Many Christians are perplexed as to why their services are not being rewarded according to God's word. The missing link is understanding where to stand and what to do. The first step is to be firmly planted in the house of God and become a vessel of honor. Those who are planted in the house of the Lord will flourish in his courts, bearing fruit even in old age, and they will be fat and prosperous according to Psalm 92:13-14. To be a vessel of honor, one must purify themselves from sin and be sanctified and prepared for God's use. This will make you ready for every good work. As mentioned in 2 Timothy 2:21, our offerings must be done in righteousness to be acceptable to God, as stated in Malachi 3:3. It says that God shall purify his children just like gold and silver so that they can offer him an offering in righteousness. In addition to being planted in the house of God and purging oneself from sin, there are specific actions we must take to sow spiritual seeds and receive rewards. Firstly, we must give ourselves as a living sacrifice to God, presenting our bodies as holy and pleasing to him. This is referred to as our reasonable service in Romans 12:1. Secondly, we must give our hearts to God and wholeheartedly observe his ways, as instructed in Proverbs 23:26. Jeremiah 29:13 promises that when we seek God with all our hearts, we will find him. Lastly, we must follow and hold fast to God's instructions, for they are our life. As advised in Proverbs 4:13, we can trust that God will guide and instruct us in the way we should go, keeping us under his loving gaze, as proclaimed in Psalm 32:8. By sowing to the Spirit and following these instructions, we can reap physical and spiritual rewards. God promises to bless and prosper those who serve him, as stated in Exodus 23:25-26. It declares that as we serve the Lord, he will bless our provisions and remove sickness from among us, fulfilling the number of our days. Please share, like, and subscribe to spread this message further. May God bless you all. Mayor Mogbeyiterin.